Okay, so I guess I'm responsible for bearing the evidence that the PGL is like the most stable token, more stable than crypto. Because when I went on Ether Delta Fork and bought, I bought at an auction style. It wasn't like a market order where you just try to get a good price and you meet in the middle where the buys and lows. Like it was spots on a chart where people had bid, and somebody will come along and take one of those bids, right? But I bought the Ether pair, and the Ether, and it didn't matter. It still drove the price way up. I only bought a little bit because I was new. I didn't know really what I was doing. I was just trying to get like they were. It was still unavailable. The PGL was unavailable anywhere. You had to buy it when you wait for the auction. So like you had to wait for the next auction or some shit. I missed one auction. I missed the auction. I think I missed the auction, and then there was some on Ether Delta Fork, and I didn't know that if I bought it on the exchange that it was going to be an Ether pair, and I don't know where I could get it swapped out for the EOS or the Wax pair, right? I would use the Wax pair. It's easier on your computer. Um, uh, like those like D Live and Lemons and all that shit. They try to mine on your computer, or you know what I'm saying? If you use deal. So I just weary. I don't know if EOS is doing that. It's just weary of it. So that's just me. But because of the stability of the token, the business strategy works, and I have to mention that because you'd be like, why does this guy think like this is stable or sustainable or something like? Because the price went up and down. You would be looking at what I did to the chart like solely myself. Like it was. I'm not ashamed of it or anything. It's just an honest mistake. But if you were to look at PGL before you got involved with the DApp, it would be like, oh shit, like I don't know, this is it could fall further. But the whole time it was the same price. Like it only fluctuates like, well, it might fluctuate like 25%, but it always comes back. So the amount of times that it comes back or that it goes up and comes back, you know, if you look at it on the monthly chart, like the 3 month chart, it looks straight. Like straight, like it's bottomed. And you know how you say like it found its bottom. Like there's no more sustainable business strategy than working on a platform that's found its price bottom. Like that's it. If I'm right, man, I only have to be a little bit right. Like it could still be a shitty platform, and if you got in now, and it was like up, it went up a little, like, and it won't just go up in price. Don't even worry about that. When it goes up, and what's it called? Fungibility. You go to semi fungible or something like that because it got on ramps. So, because these are applications that they are going from test net to mainnet to fully deployed, right? And it's free to use it. It's free. You can build up a position in staking in the staking pool, right? If you want to call it a pool, it's just a okay. But anyway, you could stake at the central bank. Like they made this shit so simple that I try to over intellectualize this shit. Like yeah. So you don't have to pay anything. You just build up. You start you every couple of weeks, you convert into PGL. You'll have like 50,000 gold or something, 60, 75,000 gold, and all you want to do is get to 10,000 PGL. The gold is like 1,000 to 1 PGL, right? So like, say you put 50 PGL every couple of weeks, then you'll have like 1,000. And then sooner or later you'll have 10,000, and then it will pay for you to sustain a business on their platform. And you can cash out. You can trade to any other money. That's what's your trip, right? It uses so many different advantages. Like there are people who try to cheat and try to have more than one account. They get confiscated. It goes back in. It's attracting gamblers. It's attracting people for staking. Maybe people want to break up the boredom of a lockdown or whatever. Every now and then it just breaks up. Like instead of being bored for 10 straight hours, you can break it up. You're only bored for like a couple hours. So I mean, and I'm not saying that you're a boring person or anything like that. I'm sure that there's other things in your life. It's just that, like, I mean, you gotta use strategies and things like to stay sane. Like covering one wall, you can't have four white walls, right? So I have this, right? So I mean, some. What am I over explaining? I'm gonna and turn it into another type of a beholden kind of video. Esoterics. Let's go into esoterics. All right, that's it.